Hello, welcome in the fourth recording. Today we will talk about creativity importance. In this video you will understand why is it so important and you will be aware how useful is it, and hopefully you will understand your creative potential. So let's start. Now we will make next thought experiment, but this time let's imagine a world without creativity. How it would look like? Let's see. For example, right now you are using your computer or maybe your phone or tablet to watch this video, but suddenly it disappears and you think, okay, I would like to listen to the music right now, but it also disappears, and all your video games and television, it would disappear. So you think, okay, I will go to library. All libraries would disappear. Not only fantasy books or science fiction, but also all other books, because in the past this thing was an invention, and well, without creativity there would be no books. Also your money, all you've got, would disappear. Your car, your plane, probably you don't have a plane, but maybe you have a bike, it would disappear. And maybe you want to go to art gallery, or all artworks would disappear. Paintings, sculptures, installations, no more art. And now let's think about the medicine. All these devices that helps you to stay alive and be healthy, it would disappear. In science, all the rockets, microscopes, or these scientific laboratories, they would disappear too. And now let's think about our cities. They were created and designed by architects and engineers. But without them, without creativity, all of these things would completely disappear. Can you imagine that? How our world would look like? Would we come back to prehistory? Maybe. And how it would look like? Would we have to adapt to survive and transfer our knowledge and experience to create something new? And let's say that you meet everyday problems, and every time you have to find a new solution. But don't we do this every day? The truth is that we do. But nowadays it's much more easier because we use the experience and the creativity of people who lived before us. But without all of that creativity, that wouldn't be so easy. And this is why, thanks to all that knowledge and creative experience of other people, humanity moves forward. Okay, so we don't have anything and we have to start from the beginning. First, man learned how to use fire so that he can cook and build a bonfire. And then we've got a wheel. Later, we've invented compass so that we know which direction we should move, and calendar so that we can organize time in a week, months, and a year. Also, the next was a clock so that we can organize time in a day So you can say, let's meet at 5 p.m. Then we've got paper. For example, it is used to make money or to make a book. So this is very useful. And then we've invented gunpowder in China. And let's stay here for a moment because creativity is just a tool and we can use tools to different things. And for example, you can create something which is very dangerous, for example, gunpowder. But depending what is your purpose, you can also use all of these inventions to help others. So creativity, there is also a responsibility. Let's go further. Oh, printing press, finally something very useful for all people, that finally you can not write a book for a few years but just print it and share it with many people. Then we've got electricity and steam engine. The next one is bicycle, very smart invention, and radio. The next one is light bulb and airplane. We can move not only a few kilometers but far away without touching the air. The next is camera. Well, it is very useful because we can document everything we see and keep these images for ourselves. The next one was microscope. We can discover all these little worlds around us. Next, digital music. Oh, that's very useful for all of us and we probably use it every day. The next one is World Wide Web. Well, that's a very useful invention, isn't it? 3D printing. We've invented a printing press and now we can print in 3 dimensions. Then, oh, now we are trying to invent an artificial intelligence. And yeah, now things are going to be a little bit weird because now it's much more complicated and we don't understand it completely. So we start to feel a little bit fear, but this is a part of creativity because when you create, you can't be sure what will come. So now we also got multi-use rockets. And here is my favorite, virtual reality. Now we can try to transfer our imagination into a world that other people can see and also create new worlds that where we can do things that we cannot do in here. And what's next? Brain-machine interface and weather control. That would be very useful. And right now it's just a science fiction, nanobots, but one day maybe not. And maybe one day we will reach technical immortality. And all of these things thanks to creativity. But what do you use it for? For your personal life and career? Or maybe just for relaxation and you want to relax and just do some creative things to do not think about all of these problems? And maybe do you want to use your creativity to be unique and create original ideas? You maybe use it in your hobbies or you express yourself through creativity, but this is also what moves humanity forward. And there is one more very interesting thing about creativity. Let's say that you want to learn a new skill, for example in science, and you learn about biology, but you're also interested in art and you are exploring all of these subjects. Do you know what creativity does? It connects all of that, so that thanks to creativity it's much more easier to learn because you see all of these connections and you just connect them to create something new. Okay, what are the other benefits? Well, you can have fun just to create new awesome films, games, books. There are so many ideas that are waiting for us. Amazement. You can create an incredible theory, invention, and visit so many creative places or create them. Improvement, faster learning, new solutions, new challenges. Thanks to creativity, we can also predict what will happen and create new disciplines. Discoveries. People in the 20th century thought that everything was already invented. Well, that wasn't true. And now in the 21st century, there is a revolution because we finally start to understand the potential of creativity. And in this course, you will use your. Now let's talk about the 4C model of creativity. It was created by Dr. James C. Kaufman and Dr. Ronald Poggetto. And let's compare this model to a building, a creative building. Well designed, very big because we all are there. And also in this building there is all our creativity. So let's start from the ground floor, where is everyday creativity, and it's named the mini sea level. There are solutions of our little problems, that everyday tasks that you have to deal with, and you think about these small little creative solutions. So yeah, there are creative simple creations to make your life easier, and all of these things are only meaningful for you. But on the floor, higher, on the first floor, there are things that are created deliberately. There is the little sea level, and finally, there people start to notice that you are creative. There can be your piece of writing, poetry, or a story, or maybe your painting. And these things have value not only for you, but also for other people. On the next floor, on the second floor, there are people who live from their creativity. It's the pro sea level. So there are people who use their creativity in their career on a professional level, and they make money of their hobbies because their creativity is so good. There are designers, film directors, entrepreneurs, artists, musicians, and many other people. But now let's focus on the third floor, the eminent creativity, the big sea level. There are geniuses who make history, and there are all masterpieces of creativity that they've created. For me, this is the most the most interesting floor, but let's think what can be on the roof. Is there any higher level of creativity? I'm trying to discover that, and this is what we also do in our project. And now let's think about the future. Let's imagine a world where people make most of their creativity. There would be much more diversity, liveliness, and courage, creative courage. Creators would blow our minds, and there would be infinite number of ideas that will come true. And also creative would be taught in schools. But first we have to go back to foundation, because there are our everyday decisions, our daily tasks, new situations. We're trying to do new things, and we have to flexibly improvise. That's not easy, but before we want to move to this amazing creativity, first we have to focus on our decisions. And now I want you to make a decision. This is the fourth lesson. I invite you to go to the fifth, but think about your creativity and what do you want to do with your creative potential. That's everything, and see you later. Bye.